We know as a society that our behaviour is changing. For every hour that a Brit is connected to the internet, they spend 13 minutes on a social networking site or forum. And we know that social media offers us a place to say something about who we are. But we're learning that it's not a choice between physical and digital, either in book, form, or in life. We move fluidly between our physical and digital worlds, and we increasingly seek experiences that connect both. And we know that if reading and conversations about books are to capture attention in this world, we need to keep finding new and interesting ways to invite readers into the heart of these conversations. It's important that we don't broadcast. It's important that we involve. We also know that as algorithms increasingly influence the content that we find online, we're in danger of losing the serendipitous and surprising. We must burst the filter bubble if we're to ensure that readers will find recommendations that aren't based on what they've bought before. And perhaps what we know best, all of us know best, is that a bookshop is more than just a shop. It's a gateway to brand new worlds. It lets you visit places you'd never normally go, live lives you'd never normally live, and feel things you'd never normally feel. And that's why today we're delighted to introduce you to My Independent Bookshop.
My Independent Bookshop is a social reader recommendation site in which you create a virtual bookshop featuring 12 books of your choice from any publisher. Tagline is share the books you love now, discover what you'll love next. You start by picking 3 books of your choosing from any publisher using a subset of the Nielsen data feed. Here's an example. You then gather up to 12 books on your shelves. The top 3 you see here on the top left-hand side are your featured reads. They will be displayed in the street view of your bookshop. You are then able to review and tag your books and keep them in a virtual stockroom, as many as you like, and you'll have the freedom to rotate your shelves as and when you want. You'll be able to pick a theme and customize your bookshop from a series of theme packs that we're creating and that we hope to roll out more of. Examples include cafe reads, city reads, and genre themes such as horror. You'll be able to pick from different type of logo, different type of shop livery. You'll be able to customize your shelves, if you like wooden shelves or sleeker, more contemporary shelves. You'll also be asked to try and define your shop by what genre it mainly consists of. That's so we can orientate it within a virtual network of streets. Perhaps the most interesting element of the site is the fact that you can then go on to connect to a real independent bookshop through the Hive network who we're partnering with on this site. That means you'll be able to set your shop up and connect to a real world bookshop, and a small percentage of every sale made through your shop will benefit that bookshop. If you choose not to do so, then it's the person buying through the shop will be able to benefit the shop which is nearest the postcode affiliated with their credit card. Here's what the street view might look like for Backstreet Books. You'll see that Stephen Smith is connected to a bookshop. You'll see that he's verified. You'll see his 3 featured reads. You'll see that you can favorite him if you so choose. You then go on and get a greater sense of what the bookshelves look like. This is quite a stripped back view. You'll also be able to ask for recommendations from Stephen if he chooses to take recommendation requests. But it's not just creating your shop. We want people to be able to browse this network as well. On the top left there, you'll see that there's opportunities to explore my favorites and similar to me, so you see where you're located within the site's framework. In the middle, you'll see what we'll be curating in terms of favorite streets that we've got an editorial decision over. They can be by genre, they might be through awards affiliations. We've got a community manager who's especially tasked with looking after that. On the third thing there, you'll see that it's all about bookshop owners and bookshops. This is a way for people to come to readers and come to bookshop owners and come to authors that they trust so that they can then search for them and get recommendations from what they're reading. The fourth element is the lucky dip. The lucky dip enables you to search, type in the last book you read, and that will take you into a shop which features that book, and you'll be able to explore that shop from there. That enables that serendipitous discovery, which we think is so elusive at the moment online. Here's an example of the curations. We'll be definitely foregrounding authors in this, but we'll be free to choose the others. So there you'll see Horror Street, Sci-Fi Street, Crime Street. Those are malleable. This is an example of the recommendation inbox. If you set to receive recommendation request, you'll receive a message like a DM, and then you'll be able to reply to it. It's fully socially integrated, so you'll be able to advertise on Facebook and Twitter and Google+, when you've opened your shop, when you've made book reviews, etc., when you turn your stock over. And we'll be running an extensive rewards program through the site. That involves competitions, giveaways, proofs, exclusives, chance to meet the author. This is something that we'll be feeding through our channels, but we'll also be looking to talk to other publishers about using this as a space to promote their books. As I say, again, this is a completely publisher-agnostic platform. So we're going into a closed month beta period right now, but we've already been talking about getting bookshops, readers and authors involved. This is Dulwich Books, the street view from Dulwich Books, based in West Dulwich. Sheila O'Reilly, who's the owner there, you'll see that she's picked Edward Stoughton's Shotgun Love Songs, the new Benjamin Black novel. Here's Lisa Jewell's shop at the moment, featuring Penny Hancock, Appletree Yard and Alice Always. And we're very pleased to announce that Terry Pratchett has already set his shop up on the site as well. He's one of the authors of the day at the fair, so we're delighted to have him involved. Here's an example of the inside of his shop. As you can see, he's picked Lynn Truss's Eat, Shoots and Leaves, which he describes as an essential toilet book. So we'll be running on this. At the moment, we can encourage you to go onto the site. It's live now. You'll be able to go on, register your interest. We'll also be inviting authors and key influencers onto the site over the next month. We'd encourage you to create a shop and be creative around creating a shop. It's not simply your 12 favorite books. We want this to be dynamic and quirky. We're not looking for scale here. We're looking for intimacy. We're looking for personality. We then want you to use it as an outlet to express your personality, to comment on the books that you love. And we'd like you to promote it as well through all the normal ways that you would do online.
So we're delighted to have Terry as our first author. And as Dan said, we've also been talking to a number of different bookshops as we've built the platform and built the functionality. So here's some thoughts from two of those that we've been speaking to.
Our customers are looking for books that are well written, that engaging, and that will give them pleasure at reading.
I love nothing more than a child coming in a week after I've seen them going, I absolutely love that book you recommended for me, can you find me something else? I think if you know what you're looking for online, it's really easy, but you'll tend to keep getting similar recommendations up again and again, so it can be quite frustrating to try and find something new and different.
My independent bookshop is going to fulfill a gap in the market for us. We already have a blog for our recommendations, but what we don't have is the e-commerce side of it and the ability to share that to a wider market. And so my independent bookshop is going to give us that ability to reach a wider audience and sell the book at the same time.
By promoting author events and reading in general, my independent bookshop can dial into that wider book community.
I adore reading and I adore the joy that books bring, and sharing that joy and reading in the books with customers.
So we've been talking to various readers in our different communities, and I'm really excited about the different ways that they see themselves being able to open up bookshops and put them at the heart, themselves at the heart of recommending the things that they love and the things that matter to them. It's an experiment, but we'd be delighted if you joined us and helped us open hundreds of new bookshops in early May and be part of a new way of talking about the books that we all love. Thank you very much.
Thank you.